Merry Christmas and welcome to the United Stand Christmas message. I'm 100% confident that our ratings will be better than the Queen. We're going head to head 3 o'clock if you are watching this as it is broadcast live. Christmas, great time for everybody, whether you celebrate it or not. It's open to everybody, family festivities, whatever your religion, even vegetarians. It's not just about the turkey. But before I talk about Manchester United and the year they've had and the year we've had and you've had, it's important to remember at Christmas especially that, Christmas is a time for thinking of those a little bit less fortunate than ourselves. It's also a time for nostalgia and some might say, well I certainly would say, naivety and delusionment, and that's not just from drinking the cheap alcohol. Let's take a moment to think of some of our less fortunate friends. Liverpool fans, they're in that moment of delusionment again, thinking they're in a title race when actually they're in a top 4 race, as will be proved towards the end of the season. But it's hard for them because they have these moments of excitement and delirium based on that they think they're going to win the title. But it's hard for them. It's like stories of myths of the past, like Noah's Ark. It is that long since they won a title. 27 years, even if they won it in May, which they won't. 27 years. Even if you take along the fact that Manchester United won't have... it's Chelsea's to lose this year, so that'll be 4 years since we've won it. 27 take away 4 is still 23 years longer than we've won a title. It's a long, long time for Liverpool, but let them enjoy their Christmas. Let them have that harsh reality in 2017. You're not going to win the title. And as for Arsenal fans, it's quite long for them. Again, I think it's 2004-05, the Invincibles. That's what their history is. A team that went unbeaten all season. No greats, no European Cups, just an invincible team. Who'd swap for that? But again, most of their fans, they were probably watching Peppa Pig and Pet Patrol in the night garden and still putting a mince pie and whiskey out for Santa the last time they won the title. In fact, a lot of them, judging by their tweets, probably still are. So there are some less unfortunate people out there, and 10 years ago, Man City didn't even exist. Chelsea's to lose, but in relation to Manchester United, I've got some clips for you to show you. This time last year, we wanted Van Gaal out. What can change in a year? You know what, though? As we go to our first clip, I think this was around early January last year, I was always quite laid back about Van Gaal, and I wanted to give him a chance.
What is this board doing? I watched that game in the first half and I was like, how can anybody watch this week in, week out and think this is right? Poor United fans who go there every week are falling asleep. They're booing them at half-time. It's the 11th game in a row we've been 0-0 at half-time. The football's terrible. It's like Louis van Gaal was given the crown. He was given the crown jewels at Manchester United. He was given a massive hammer of wealth and players to come in and do something. And there is this fantastic palace that's built of steel and rock and massive foundations called Manchester United. And there's the opposition, and they're made of glass. There's a hammer, smash them apart. And instead of doing it that way, he's turned back to Manchester United and smashed it. Why pick Fellaini? Fellaini is a defensive midfielder. It's like trying to catch a boulder with a poppadom.
Yeah, as you can see, wasn't that laid back at all, was I? Definitely wanted him gone this time last year. I think we should have sacked him this time last year. Didn't do too much damage, I suppose, but I still think Mourinho would have took the job last January, and if he had, top 4 was there to be had. Let's not forget, as we talk about the start of the year, we missed out on top 4 by goal difference. Goal difference we missed out on top 4 by. As bad as we were under Van Gaal, we should have got top 4. He blew it. And one thing I would level at him is that I don't look back on his period with any fondness. Nothing like Moyes and the clown who rolls into town tomorrow for Boxing Day. But Van Gaal wasn't much better, and he gets a lot of credit about the youth. But for me, in relation to the youth, he stumbled on it. Fosu Mensah, fair enough, he did use him a little bit more, but he threw him under the bus, didn't he? He likes throwing young players under the bus. He did it with McNair, he did it with Fosu Mensah when he gave away what wasn't a penalty against Everton in the this cup semi-final. But most importantly, I think Van Gaal youth can be dispelled very easy. I said it last season, I'll say it now. Marcus Rashford. He says, I discovered Marcus Rashford. Mate, you were using Will Keane. The only reason Rashford had his debut for Manchester United was because Martial broke down in just before the game. I think it was Midtjylland, wasn't it? And Will Keane, who was playing ahead of Rashford, had got injured. So, Van Gaal stumbled on Rashford, and I don't think his record was that great on the youth. Granted, it was better than Mourinho, but the football was turd, so you'd want to have that. Obviously, moving on towards the end of the season, FA Cup win. We hadn't won the FA Cup for a long time. You know what? I'll put my hand up. I didn't enjoy it as much as I wanted to because I wanted Van Gaal to go, and a big part of me was, is he going to stay if we win the FA Cup? So I'd love to win it. It was great to win it. I enjoyed winning it. Lingard with the great winner. Look at Pardew. He's been sacked as well. Both managers of the FA Cup final last year sacked within a few months. Rightly so, I suppose. But, you know, not that interesting a stat, is it? We moved into the summer more or less straight away after the FA Cup. Jose Mourinho confirmed May the 21st is our next segment.
21st of May 2016, the day that just keeps on giving to Manchester United fans. We've won the FA Cup. There was that slight concern that Louis van Gaal would stay, and then the news from BBC that Sports that Jose Mourinho will be Manchester United's next manager. Absolutely superb. I don't know. I mean, I'm in shock because I think we've had such a bad 12 months under Van Gaal, the football wise, and it has been bad, but to win the FA Cup puts a smile on all our face, but to get Mourinho, I'm in shock. It's sort of like something we've been building and hoping for, many of us, I know not all of us, for a
May the 21st, write it down in United stand folklore, Van Gaal gone, Mourinho in, and that is where the wave of optimism starts in this 2000. It's been a dire 2016, hasn't it? Die 2016, you could say. So many greats and people we've grown up with dying, and you know, not a fantastic year for Manchester United, but I think it is building, and hopefully 2017 will be a good year for us. It's not Transfer Talk Live. I should have said that at the start. I'm just using this studio for the Christmas message because it's my favourite studio, designed by the Draughty Devil. But Mourinho comes in, optimism, yes, happy. A year ago, I didn't want him as Manchester United manager like most people. He'd just been sacked by Chelsea. I quite liked Ancelotti. He was always my number one, but he committed to Bayern. Pep committed to another money train where he can hide behind money, and he's been exposed, isn't he? But as soon as Mourinho started to become a reality, I jumped on that bandwagon for sure. I think it was around January time. Some people on the United stand, like Alex, wanted him before he was even sacked at Chelsea. Fair play to that. But I had no doubts that what Mourinho will do is win us the title in the next 2 years. I don't think we'll win it this year. It's Chelsea's to lose. But I think next year, 2018 May, we will be the champions of England, and that will do it for me. We need to win it. So yeah, really optimistic. And you know, quickly on Mourinho, moving on from that little video there, what he does is what he's doing now in the January transfer window, what he did last summer. It's no messing around. Like, you know, previous years we've sort of been building up hope that we're going to sign somebody. It goes on all summer, whether it's Thiago, Ronaldinho of years ago, Fabregas under Moyes. But Sir Alex saying there's no value in the market, but we still get linked to players every day, and we hope it's going to happen. Under Jose, he likes the transfer window. He's successful in it most of the time. But one thing he does do, he goes and gets the deals done. Whether Lindelof comes in the first week of January, which I predict he will, or all the signings last summer, it's quick, it's efficient, it's on the ball. And at the moment, he's got 100% strike rate with his signings, which, you know what, nobody has that. No manager in history. So we are going to get a dud at some point. But when it comes to defenders, as I've said so many times, he can pick a defender like Carrick can pick a pass. So I'm confident Lindelof will work out. But very happy with Mourinho, what he's building. Let's not forget, quickly back to Van Gaal, deadwood, bad signings, didn't get rid of some of the deadwood, which should have gone a couple of years ago for me. People like Ashley Young, good servants to the club, but should have gone. And then all the bad signings as well. So Mourinho's got a pile of shit, I suppose, shouldn't say that at Christmas, to get rid of. But, boom, let's do the one. Pog boom. We were talking about it a lot last summer. I even remember saying I didn't think it was going to happen. It did.
Florentino Perez, Zinedine Zidane, Ricky Martin, Tapas and Ibiza. Go and have a siesta, Real Madrid, because you've taken one hell of a beating today. Paul Pogba to Manchester United is a done deal. I may be overreacting a little bit. I've even put done deal in the description because I tell you what, remove the question mark. It can stay there with an exclamation mark because it is a done deal. And I tell you what, for all those people who've been negative, not agreeing with it, disappointed by what we've been doing on the United stand for the last 3 or 4 weeks, I can tell you we were 100% right. Never professed to be in the know. Obviously get told some things, but it's been done for weeks. And I hope everybody now will accept that because the Adidas advert, if you've not seen it, is at least 3 weeks old.
And what a signing he was. I mean, I think we forget because the season kicks in and it's games week after week. But that summer was a fantastic one. If you joined us United stand, we were daily content as we will do this summer, as we will do in January. talking transfers. It's what we love, it's what you love. That's why we're in the Transfer Talk Live studio, because it's my favourite one. But it was amazing last summer, and you know, viewing figures, the interaction was superb. We went a bit raw like we did in that one, but loved it, and I think we'll have the same this year. Love talking about transfers. It's not what Manchester United should always be about. We should be about the youth, but it was an amazing summer, and I think it got, you know, we forgot about it because we had a bad period between September, October and most of November after a good start in August. But the summer was amazing. You couldn't have written that script. Zlatan, Bailly, Mkhitaryan, and then Pogba, the cherry on the cake with Mourinho. It was amazing, and that Pogba deal, from it's not going to happen to everybody laughing at us, you've got no chance. I mean, all these bitter rivals who hate Pogba now, in the summer, you've got no chance, you've got no Champions League football, Pogba's not going to go to you, he's going to go to Real Madrid. Real Madrid wanted him, we got him. Absolutely superb signing. And as we go, well, let's talk now, the last few weeks. I think it's starting to turn. Zlatan's scoring, Pogba's getting better and better. As I've predicted all season, it's going to be a slow upward curve for him as he gets better. He's only 23. Bailly, bits and spurts because of injury, but a great signing. And Mkhitaryan, when he gets back, he's going to be great. He's shown he's going to be great. And I think United, we will hit that peak where we'll stabilise and be consistent with results. We may have hit it now. I think there might be a couple of more blips. I've said around the end of January, then we'll take it towards the end of the season, couple of signings in the summer, get rid of more of the deadwood, and then next year just hit the ground running and win the title, and hopefully, well, we will be in the Champions League. So I think 2017 is a big year for United. This was always going to happen with Jose. Maybe even I fell into the trap in August saying we can win the title, and with hindsight, that wasn't wrong. We could have won the title. We've dropped 10 points at home. Well, we've dropped 10 points. Stoke, Burnley, West Ham, Arsenal at home, Everton away. If you know, we should have another 10 points, but even if you said, well, let's only take 6, that would put us in the mix for the title just about, certainly well embedded in the top 4. So it wasn't unrealistic. We've dropped a lot of points, but that, I suppose in hindsight, that was always going to happen because we're a new club, and that's what will happen with a new manager and new things we learn. But thanks everybody for watching. Very quick Christmas message. We're live tomorrow at 2 p.m. with the team news for the Sunderland games. Moyes returns. We'll batter them. We've got Borough at home on New Year's Eve. Let's finish the year on a high with 6 points, and let's go for it in the new year, because 2017 I think will be a big year for Manchester United. I hope you've enjoyed the Christmas message. Drop us a like. Subscribe to the United Stand if you're new. Keep getting involved. It's been an amazing year. And all I would ever say, and all anybody would say to you involved with the United Stand is, and it's your channel, let's not forget, is this channel is independent. It's about fans' voice, whatever it is. Skype Goldbridge, United Ramble, watch-alongs, whatever. Get involved, comment the videos, get involved with the channel. You could be on the channel next year. I look at people like Sander and a few other people who've been on Skype Goldbridge, and then they're part of the channel doing watch-alongs and stuff like that. That opportunity is there for you to do that, and that's why we do it. So just keep getting involved. And what I would always say is the United Stand, what on my watch, and people who are involved as well, we'll always be independent, so we'll always do it the way we are. And the bigger we get, collective we, the bigger your voice gets, because we know the media, we know what they do, but it's about fan opinion, and that's what it is. You're the voice, try and understand it, make it loud and make it real. Whoa! Merry Christmas to you all, and to all a good night. Get on it, enjoy it, and I'll see you tomorrow for the watch along. A big year ahead for Manchester United. Thanks everyone for being part of this, and keep it going. It is for you, it is your channel. Merry Christmas.